Okay, so we get great premium devices from both camps, Apple and LG. They're arguably the best of the best what we're showing here. Now, Apple introduces a new major feature with the iPhone 6s Plus, while LG improves on what it does best with its hardware. Hey guys, John V from PhoneArena. You're watching our video comparison between the Apple iPhone 6s Plus and the LG G4. What's shocking is that both handsets feature 5.5-inch displays, but the iPhone 6s Plus has a bigger footprint. It's also noticeably heavier, but it's also the more premium of the two thanks to its unibody aluminum construction. In contrast, the G4 is slightly easier to handle because it's not as big and they do a better job of minimizing the bezels on its phone. It has also a more appealing screen-to-body ratio. But on top of that, you also have a removable back cover. You could swap it out with either a leather or plastic one, so at least there's some customization in that regard. With the iPhone 6s Plus, you do get a fingerprint sensor, the Touch ID one. And with the G4, it's most notable for its design for the fact that it has its power and also volume controls on the back of the phone. Like I said, you have 5.5-inch size displays, but you have only 1080p resolution with the iPhone 6s Plus versus Quad HD resolution with the IPS Quantum display in the G4. So in terms of details, when you look at them from a normal distance, it might be hard to tell them apart, but up close, you definitely notice more sharpness with the G4's display. But the iPhone 6s Plus is technically brighter and more color accurate. It's basically 595 nits versus 454 nits, a 7,000 color temperature versus 8,000 color temperature with the G4. The G4, you essentially get overblown colors and also has weaker viewing angles. But now we kind of know the advantages of each respective platform. You have iOS 9 with the iPhone 6s Plus versus the LG custom skin with the G4. Now, iOS 9 moves faster, it's straightforward with its approach, but the G4 is more keen on productivity-centric features just because you have a great deal of multitasking from its Q-Slide apps to its true side-by-side multitasking. And of course, it's more customizable than iOS 9. Now with the iPhone 6s Plus, what's new with the experience is that you have 3D touch, which adds a higher level of interaction with the phone. It measures varying degrees of pressure sensitivity, and it's nice it's slowly rolling out to more third-party apps to really expand its worth. As for their processing power, the iPhone 6s Plus is powered by Apple's A9 chip, whereas with the LG G4, it utilizes Qualcomm's Snapdragon 808 processor. Now, generally speaking, they're both very responsive, but you gain just more of that fluid motion with the iPhone 6s Plus. You notice it just navigating around and even opening up applications. But what's really tremendous is that the iPhone 6s Plus is the hands-down winner when it comes to benchmarks, including graphics processing, where it generally produces some more fluid movements than the G4. The G4 has always been notable for its impressive camera. You have a 16 megapixel camera lens in there, but the iPhone 6s Plus is also a standout winner too with its 12 megapixel iSight camera. Now between the camera interfaces, we prefer the G4 more because you just have that diversified portfolio of shooting modes and also a manual control, so you can adjust things like the shutter speed and even the focus. You can't do that with the camera app with the iPhone 6s Plus. Now in terms of details, the iPhone has a more reliable and consistent automatic mode, so when it comes to just snapping photos on the go, it does a better job. But the G4 can soak up more light, color, and detail when you know how to use it properly. They both take exceptionally great looking 4K video as well, but the iPhone tends to favor a warmer color tone, while the G4 has more of a natural color reproduction. Apple really invested a lot in the ecosystem of its music player. When it comes to visual, it really outclasses what the LG music player has to offer. However though, G4 has a noticeably stronger volume output with its speakers, so it's a little bit more on the deafening side. As far as watching videos, they're both great for the occasion, but you do gain that multitasking element with the G4, whereas with the iPhone 6s Plus, it's either you're watching video or doing something else. You can't do both. We're also pretty satisfied with their call quality performances. They're usable for all sorts of conditions, whether it be quiet areas or even noisy conditions. They're both ample for the occasion because you have strong voices through their earpieces. And on top of that, you have great fidelity and good speakerphone quality as well. Impressively, however, it's the iPhone 6s Plus that offers the longer battery life between the two. In our battery benchmark test, it achieves a mark of 9 hours and 11 minutes, which is extra long than other smartphones. In contrast, the G4 tops out at 6 hours and 32 minutes, well shy of the iPhone 6s Plus's mark. However, though, to its credit, the G4 has a faster charging time of 127 minutes versus the 165 minutes it takes for the iPhone 6s Plus to do. Now, there's no denying that both handsets are phenomenal. They deliver great overall performances. The G4 offers utility in the form of a micro SD card slot. You have also an IR blaster, removable covers, and you can even replace the battery. And for some people, that's pretty crucial. With the iPhone, it's pretty killer with its overall performance. It's fast and snappy, and of course, its design has more of that premium quality to it. Now, when it comes to pricing, there's a huge disparity because the G4 has been out for quite some time. You could buy it for as low as $450 unlocked, which is incredibly affordable and offers a lot of value considering you have a great camera app, great performance overall, and also, some really good multitasking features as well. Whereas with the iPhone 6s Plus, it does cost a premium at $750.